Hey everybody, welcome to My Bike Thing, your destination to begin your indoor cycling adventures. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are about to get riding on our Wednesday workout night, a beautiful 30-minute workout video bike ride that takes place in beautiful Maui, Hawaii. The road to Hana is very famous because of its rainforest conditions. It's shrouded with beautiful forests and foliage, and it's just a really, really pretty ride. And this 30-minute workout is going to be a nice, intense, fast workout that'll get you warmed up quickly and get you hitting some pretty high efforts along the way. The full workout, it's at cyclingvideosonline.com. It's over 2 hours in length, and it tours the spectacular highways towards Hana. Press that like button. Please subscribe. We're going to be releasing these videos every week. All right, so without further ado, let's get changed, and let's hit the bike, and we'll see you on the road. Woohoo! Welcome everybody to beautiful Maui, Hawaii. We're starting our ride from, we're about 15 or so miles down the road towards Hana. We're in the on the east side of the island. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use this time to warm up right now, because the workout actually gets pretty quick, pretty difficult, pretty fast, and it will get you sweating. So we got about 3 minutes here. Let's spin it up at a cadence of about 80 RPM and get our heart rate up to about 70% of max. This is a beautiful part of the island. This Maui has so many different environments. It's pretty amazing. This particular part of the island, it's a tropical rainforest, and you know, there's other parts of the island that are actually pretty dry. And so this part of the island is always got like this damp feel to it. This rough road here. We were actually coming back from a little break, so we headed down from one of the banana bread stands. There's a lot, and we headed down here, took a break, and now we're heading back to the car. And we got about this full version of this video here is about an hour and 5 minutes. We're going to see about 30 of it. And for our Workout Wednesday ride, it's going to be a 30-minute, fairly nice high-intensity workout. But, you know, if you want to see the full version, which is the full ride is over 2 hours. And you can find that at cyclingvideosonline.com and watch the full ride there. And okay, here we go. We are descending here after the first little climb. Let's get our leg speed up. You can see that 90 RPM in the bottom left corner. That is our cadence. And our legs are cooking along here, 90 RPM. So if you have a cadence sensor, fantastic. If not, I'd highly recommend one. Get yourself a little Cuspo computer with cadence. They're like $50. They're GPS. They do everything. Heart rate, cadence, and they're GPS enabled, so they're nice and accurate, and they're not super expensive. Bluetooth and ANT Plus. Spinning at a cadence here, 100 RPM. Bring up that leg speed, and you'll notice that the heart rate on the top left, you're probably not there yet, is 88%. So we'll go over this dashboard, give you kind of an idea of what all these metrics do, or what they're for. And this dashboard display, it is all about the workout. All about the workout. And, you know, the scenery is great, but we're on our bikes, we're on our trainers, we're on our spin bikes to get in a nice workout. And what this dashboard is going to let you do, it'll let you see everything that the workout is about. It mirrors the intensity of the actual ride. It's synchronized with the road. So right now, while we're climbing this hill here, our cadence is 80 RPM, and our heart rate is starting to crawl up to 90% of max. So we didn't have a whole lot of time to warm up to that. So, you know, let's go ahead and keep driving up to that effort. Should feel some positive pressure on your legs for this climb. And that heart rate should be going up slowly but surely. Now, the video you're watching, we're on our way back, so the heart rate is going to respond quicker than your actual heart rate, but this is the real-time heart rate of the bike ride on our way back to the car. You can look at the timeline there at the center of all those hill profiles, those profiles. The top one is a hill profile, the middle is your heart rate profile, and the lower graph is a power profile. So you can see on that top graph, that hill profile, we got a nice long climb here, and then it's nice and rolly at the top. And you can look at that heart rate profile just below it and see that we're working our way into harder efforts, into the red. You could look at the timeline before where we're at now and see, you know, how the workout starts in the full video, and you can look forward and see how the workout ends. So cadence, 85 RPM, heart rate. My heart rate right now, 86%. Video says 93. I am not there yet, but let's just stay faithful to heart rate. And then also, I'll show you the resistance value here, and that's off to the right of the screen. That resistance showing at a 6 out of 10. So if you're on a spin bike, you'll be dialing up that resistance to a 7, back to a 6, now a 5 out of 10. 4 out of 10. And so, yeah, we got this little flat spot here, so that resistance a little lower, but hang on, starting our climb again. So now we're at a 5 out of 10, and as it gets steeper, that lower value 5 is going to go up to the highest is a 10 out of 10, and lowest is a 1. And that 1 is a really easy, very low resistance. And a full 10 out of 10 is really going to be a leg churning, grinding resistance where you're just really pushing on those pedals. At a 5, we're feeling the legs working, feeling our heart rate go up. I'm at 88% now. Video's 94. It's flattening out here, so take that resistance off. Easy resistance for this little section here. It's not going to last because we're still climbing. 4 out of 10, up to a 5. On your spin bike, or you can just use back to a 4. Your perceived resistance, which is what that lower number is, just telling us how hard the ride is feeling, how hard the resistance on your leg is feeling, or your legs. So right now we're at a 6, now back to a 5. So we're coming up over the top here, up to a 6 again, and 4, coming down, little break here. Good. Enjoying the view, but at the same time, we are staying busy with changing gears or adding, subtracting resistance on our spin bike. So that spin bike, maybe one change in resistance might be a half a turn on the resistance wheel. Now on your bike, if you're on a bike and a trainer, you'll use those values above the 5, showing right now a 42.6. So the pink 42, now a big 52. So 52.5. And what that means is that what it's defining your gearing ratio. So that 52 is saying shifted in your big ring up front. A 42 is the small ring. 52 is the big. And then above that blue bar, showing a 6. So assuming you have a 10-speed cassette in the back, now a 7, back to a 6, and a 5. So if you have 10 speeds in the back, the 1 is your easiest gear in the back. The 2 is the next harder. 3, next harder. Click, 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 all the way up to a 10 in the back, which will be your most difficult gear, your most difficult pedaling gear on your trainer. So now we're coming to a little flat spot here. That resistance is coming down. 42.4. So 40, small ring up front. Now a 5 in the back. Or 5 out of 10 on the resistance. Up to a 6 in the back. Now up to an 8 in the back. We're starting our next little climb here. So you're balancing these 3 metrics. Your cadence, which is 80 RPM right now. Your resistance, which is a 6 out of 10, or a 42.8 on your gearing. And your heart rate at 92% of max. And I'm at 90 real time right now. So the way that heart rate works is, percentage of maxes can be calculated. You need to know your max heart rate in beats per minute. And if you don't know your max, you can get that tested, do it yourself, go to a doctor, or just use a rule of thumb, which is just basically an average heart rate for somebody your age, which is 220 beats per minute minus your age. Should give you an average, although this is never really accurate, so I tend to try to encourage people to actually go find their maximum heart rate. And the best suggestion for that would be to find what's called your threshold max. Here we're coasting just for a little while. Little break here. Back up the hill. 3, 4, 5, 6. 90 RPM. 88%. So, threshold maximum heart rate is basically a maximum level of effort that you can do over about a 6-minute interval. So if you are, time trialing or something, or even climbing a hill, and you are putting in a very, very tough, sustainable effort that after about 6 minutes, you're about ready to die, and you can look at that max heart rate over that 6 minutes, and that's typically our threshold max, which is usually about 5% less than your absolute sprint max. But we use that threshold max. One, it's safer to derive, and it's also a better maximum to try to keep your efforts at or below, because if you start going above that threshold maximum, your ability to recover is severely restricted, and it's really hard once you do a absolute max or sprint max. It's really hard to get your heart rate back to an efficient level again. Your body is running on fumes after you hit a max. Whereas with a threshold, that's a high TT effort, and so you can kind of, you can get up to that max without completely failing or losing performance. 85 RPM, 83%, so I'm right there now. 6 out of 10 on resistance, and small ring up front, and a bigger 7 in the back. Now 52 up front, 6 in the back, feeling that hill. Climbing at a cadence of 80 RPM. Should really be feeling this now. Sweating, suffering a little. Good. That's what I want you to feel. So now this island, this road that we're on, the winds are coming from our right. The volcano, the Haleakala, is off to our left. So if you keep going up that hill to the left, at some point you get to the top of the volcano, which that volcano is about 10,000 feet above sea level. What are we at here? 500 feet? We climbed about 500 feet. Let's take a little break here behind the construction. We're going to have to accelerate in order to stay clear of traffic. So take a little break here. Now it's telling us to shift, adding resistance, pedaling. Bring up that leg speed, 90 RPM, big ring, lots of resistance. We're just trying to keep up with this Honda. 100 RPM. Now we're working. Smaller ring, less resistance as we are clear of those cones. So we just don't want to hold up traffic behind us. We're accelerating to prevent that. But man, look at that. Wow, that's so pretty. Palm trees, incredible brush. So nice. 80 RPM, just about 90%. And bringing that resistance down. Easiest gear. And coast. Take a little break, grab some water. Good. Got a little break here. You can see on that middle graph that heart rate's coming down probably into the 70s, and then it's going to go right back up again. So the full version 2 also has several audio tracks you can play with. One track is this narrative plus music, and there's another track with narrative no music, and then a fourth track that has just the sounds of the ride. So you can kind of customize, pick and choose your workout experience. So if you want to listen to your own music, you can. And because of the dashboard, once you get proficient at using the dash, you don't have to keep listening to the narrative, the dialogue, because you'll always know what is needed. Look at this, is the growth I was talking about. Just climbs right over the top of your head. It's trippy. So you don't have to listen to my music or the narrative. You can listen to your own tunes and still keep up with the demands of the ride. And that's really a nice thing to have, because when I first started riding, I couldn't stand hearing the same music over and over again. When I was working out to the early workout videos before these were made, I started making these back in 2009, before high definition. So all of that, all the old stuff and all of the new stuff, the high def, 2K, 4K video is all available to watch at any time on cyclingvideosonline.com. And there's 15 years of videos that were filmed and produced since, I said, like 2009. So there's a lot to choose from, and we will crank out one video every week, 30 minutes, until I say otherwise. Try to have these for you for your Wednesday workout. Get over the weak hump. Just like a bike ride, you got to get over the hump in order to make things progress, move forward. 100 RPM here, gang. Let's go. Bring up that leg speed. Going downhill, picking up our speed, adding resistance. 4 out of 10. 5, big ring up front. for this hill, this little pitch, spin it out, 100 RPM. So really feeling some effort here, some strong effort. Keeping our speed up. Now, just the day before I filmed this, I actually did climb Haleakala to the summit. And today, I was feeling pretty pooped. And my intention was to do this Road to Hana video nice and easy. And as you can tell, that didn't work out. So if you look at that middle timeline, you can see that the way out is a little more gentle, and the way back, which is what we're on now, is a lot tougher. And the reason that was because we were just running out of time. We rode an hour. We knew we had at least an hour to get back. And we got several friends that were meeting back at the hotel for dinner. So we are kind of pushing it here. So heart rate's coming back up, 88%, 90 RPM, big ring up front, 6 out of 10 on your trainer, on your spin bike. Let's go, guys. Stay focused here. We got a few more little roly-poly efforts. And then we'll take a nice break off to the side of the road. And this video will end adding some resistance, 8 out of 10, 80 RPM. Good, let's go. Big ring. Pushing, let's go, come on. 70 RPM, it's a little steeper here. Watch that cadence. Heart rate up over 90, solidly. 94%. I'm at 92. Let's go. We're working here. Stay strong, stay fast. Small ring up front. Bringing that cadence up a little bit. Bringing down the resistance. Let's come over the top. Easiest gear. 1 out of 10. 90 RPM. Keep with the leg speed. Here's the next roller. Adding resistance. Ahead of time for it. 90 RPM. Let's go. Keep pushing it. Let's go. Big ring. 6 out of 10. Keep that leg speed up. Just under 80. Add some resistance for this climb. We got this. Let's go. Keep working. Almost done. Come on, let's go. This little hill, almost to the top. Take a look, resistance off. 3, 2, easiest gear, 80 RPM. We're not slowing. We're keeping the speed of the bike up. Keep that cadence up. 80 RPM. Heart rate's at 92%. Nice fast leg speed. Let's go. Lean into those corners. Here's a steep one. Coast. Lean into it and pedal. Bring up the resistance. 4, 5, and big ring. 6 out of 10. Oh, we're feeling it. And we're complaining. 70 RPM, 80. I'm at 90%, exactly where I need to be. So if you haven't figured it out, the resistance is recommended, but everybody's trainer is a little different. Everybody's gearing is a little different. Everybody's fitness is a little different. If you're finding the recommended gearing too high, you can take one gear off. If it's too low, add one gear and see where you're at. Just make those changes slowly and find out where you need to be in order to get that heart rate dialed in. You don't need anything too crazy, or you don't need to be busting through the roof. We're not going any harder than 94%. So if you see your heart rate spiking above that, or if you're feeling uncomfortable or nauseous, back it off a little bit. There we go, 95 RPM. 2 out of 10. Bringing that speed up. Keeping that bike moving. Just trying to keep the motorcycle in our window. See, that's a way to tour the island too. That'd be fun. Adding a little resistance. 5 in the back. 4 out of 10. Leg speed still 90 RPM. Good job bringing that resistance down for these corners. Keeping the cadence up, 90. And coast. Get around the corner. Start pedaling. Get your speed up. Adding resistance, 4 or 5. In the back, 5 out of 10. Nice curvy road here. Look at the map on the lower right. You can see what we're doing in our wattage, what our elevation is, how fast we're going, how curvy the road is. It's such a fun road. Great workout. Let's go. Come on. Keep it going. 90 RPM. Keep those legs moving. Bringing some resistance up. Oh, getting over for the car. Good job. Let's go. Get up this hill. Bringing down the resistance. Easy gear for this little dead flat spot. And pedal. And we are done. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me for another Workout Wednesday 30-minute workout. Hope you enjoyed. Leave feedback. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.